Here I go again with these lights blinding you people. Terrible. Terrible again. Do I need to turn this one off too? Hold on. I'm lighting my phone on. No, Hannah, you can't be in here. Yeah, in the back. Watch this shit. Ow! I'm being abused. Oh, hold on. I need to fix this. I'm being stabbed by people's fingernails. Jeez. Does this work? I think it works. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, look at that. Look at it. Can you see it? I don't think so. It's my new phone. Vlogmas is officially on. Will be on. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this down some more. Dude, okay, so I went to go see, and really this live is pretty much going to be taken over by just my complete confusion. What are the words to describe what I just saw today? Also, if you haven't seen Eternals, just don't watch this because I'm just going to talk about it from top to bottom, from previews to the very end credits. Okay. I don't know. I give up. Look, I told my husband and kids at the end of this movie, I said, I give up. I don't care about Marvel anymore. I lost about 3 hours of my life that I'll never get back. I didn't even get to take a nap. I wasn't tired. I should have napped. But then that would have been like a pricey nap, right? Like a $15 nap for 3 hours. I don't know. So first of all, go watch it. First part where I start going, what is going on here? And you know, to give it credit, very colorful crew. There's the big black gay guy. There's an Indian Bollywood guy. There's a black woman who is she's deaf and she uses ASL to communicate. There's like an Irish dude, a Scottish dude. There's an Asian woman. There's all kinds of people that are, you know, you have Salma Hayek, who's like a Mexican superhero. Everyone's included. Super, super cool, right? Well, watching this Marvel movie, which I assumed was a Disney movie, which is family safe, partway through the movie, I get sidewinded by a scene of the two of them fucking. I don't know. I didn't see this one coming. So, of course, all the parents in the theaters are like, you know, they're like scrambling to like cover the eyes of their kids so they don't see this sex scene, which I am just like, again, I did not see that one coming. Then another win for inclusivity. There's a scene where the black big guy superhero, he's gay and he has a family with his husband and they have a kid. Super cool. You know, that doesn't, you know, gay people don't bother me at all. None of that bothers me. That was fine. That may bother other people, but I think which, you know, whatever, people get bothered by that stuff. Who cares, right? But I do care about a sex scene that I was not warned about. So here we are trying to enjoy a movie. People are fucking, and then the movie just keeps going on. It just keeps going. Did you ever play games like when you were little and you'd be like, "Oh, I have super lightning, oh, I'm going to get you with my lightning." And then the other kid goes, "Oh, I have a shield or whatever to protect from the lightning." And then you're like, "Okay, now I have super strength to pick you up since I can't get you with the lightning." And then that kid's like, "Oh, protective spell. I'm 1,000,000 pounds. You can't pick me up. I'm too heavy for you." It's just like you come in with a power, and then the other kid keeps one upping it. Like, "Oh, now I have a force field." And you're like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! That wasn't in your repertoire, kid. Like, where are you pulling out this force field?" That's how this Marvel movie felt. They pull out a villain, they pull out a superpower, they pull out something, and the opposite end keeps one upping it, to create the drama and the intensity. And it was just like that got old really quick to me, right? So I'm like, okay, damn near had it. The world's almost gonna end. Whatever. Of course, someone's always bargaining on our behalf as human beings to let us live, that we're worth it, we're worth something, whatever, whatever. Then, I'm like, okay, what's next? I'm damn near at the end of this movie. I'm at my wits' end. I don't know what else to do. Then the movie ends and everybody seems to be going back to whatever the hell they're trying to go back to. And it ends. I'm just like, what is gonna happen here? And then the ending, this is where, okay, so if you didn't know, Kit Harington is in Eternals. Kit Harington was Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. So there's this scene at the end, and again, if you haven't seen Eternals, I'm just talking about the whole movie because it was the most horrible piece of garbage I've ever seen in my life. There comes a part where, like, oh, happy go lucky, tripping through the forest with the animals, and then all of a sudden, like, the sky opens up and hell starts to freeze over again. And they're like, whoops, gotta go back to work now. The world's not safe anymore. And you're like, oh, well, same old trope. Saw this coming, right? Well, the Kit Harington character tells one of the ladies in the movie who's an Eternal. He's like, I have a secret too, or whatever. And you're just kind of like, here's that one upping again. Of course, you think it's like an empty statement because his girlfriend's an Eternal with tons of secrets and he's just a dude, right? So it goes to the very end. He's in an office and there's like this gigantic, like a mailing crate, like the one with the wood panels. This is like a gigantic mailing crate. And it has like a symbol of a dragon. And this is where I gave up and I said, "No, you're not. You're not doing this to me." Which maybe I'm wrong, but this is where it started to get more ridiculous, right? Where if my family wasn't there, I would have just walked out because I'm already done with this ridiculousness. So he opens the crate and he's like, "Please, please, please, something, something, something." And there's like a giant um artifact sword in this crate, and there's like an etching in the crate in the inside, something about death becomes you or something like that. And the sword starts like talking to him, and then you're like, are you serious? This dude, this average Joe, has something special about him now? Oh, just out of coincidence, this Eternal that was trying to live on Earth as a human and just chill hooks up with some guy by coincidence who also has a dark past and some kind of weird family secret. Like, okay, spare me. I'm done, right? So my husband's like, this is a Marvel movie. Let's wait till the very, very, very end. There's going to be like 2 alternate endings or something. And I was like, fuck it. It's already going down the Game of Thrones route. Let's see what else is coming to us as viewers. So it gets to the end. These Eternals are in their like mothership or whatever the hell. And then 2 of the women get up and they're like, they sense something is coming aboard that they did not give permission to. So they get up and they're kind of like holding their weapons, like, I don't see anything, but I know something's there. All of a sudden, this drunk ass leprechaun comes out of the hallway and he starts like making an introduction that somebody else is coming. And this is where everything starts crossing over, and this is where I've had it. I won't watch any more Marvel movies. I've about fucking had it. The drunk leprechaun comes in, and then somebody else finally comes through at the end, and you're like, who is that? And this person keeps walking down the hallway, and it comes into view, and um, it's Harry Styles. And that's when I said, I give up. Screw it. I don't want it. Whatever. Let me get all my drinks. I'm out of this fucking theater. Get me out of here. Harry freaking Styles. I don't know what he is. I don't know why he's there. I don't know who he is. Where did he come from? Why? Why are you in here? Anyways, he's going to be helping them do whatever the hell they need help to do. No, I don't know. I don't care anymore. Then, after that, what was the second ending? I don't even remember. So it just more. Oh, and then something about someone else walks in. Oh, this was the end with the Kit Harington, I think. Or was it the end? I don't even remember. But there's like another ending, and someone talks to one of the other characters, and it's like this low voice. And my husband's like, was that the Watcher? It sounded like Lawrence Fishburne. And I said, are we going to get a Matrix crossover into this Marvel movie now? Everyone's in this damn movie. Harry Styles in it, a drunk leprechaun, Little Bo Peep. I'm in this movie. I came out in the movie. I don't even know it. I showed up on screen. I don't know. Why am I there? I don't know. They included every single person is crossing over into this universe, and it is so stupid. I lost so much time watching this show. Everybody's coming out in it, and then the show ended, and I'm just like, I swear to God, if this is a Matrix crossover in this Marvel movie, like I'm done with this foolishness. Get me out of here. I don't care. Eternals is just a terrible movie. I just started laughing. I was like, who else is gonna come out in this show? What is this? I'm done. So I just told my husband, get me out of here. I don't want to be here. Ridiculous, right? Oh my God. So if you're gonna go, if someone you love is gonna go see Eternals, if you care about them, don't let them go see it. There's so many crossovers. I just don't know which way to turn anymore. Not that I cared about Marvel anyways, but this one kind of sealed the deal. I don't care anymore. I won't be wasting my money again anymore. Oh my goodness. I'm drying out. I'm drying out. Okay. Apart from Eternals, which I may return to in this live, I don't know anymore. Last night I went to the El Paso Museum of Art. They have an exhibit there for 90s fashion. It's called Fashion Nirvana. And if you're in the area and you have time, the exhibit's running until March the 12th. They're going to have this open for the public. They have all these dresses, all these clothing from different fashion designers through that came through in the 90s, like all these iconic pieces. Like they had pieces there that were from The Nanny. They had like Terry Mugler. They had Todd Oldham stuff. They had from The Nanny. They had what else? Moschino was there. There were all kinds of designers, and I had such a great time. I went with my friend, and we just geeked out on fashion. I mean, never in my life you would go into a museum, and I was telling my husband, I was like, people were geeking out over this stuff. Like I turned the corner and I'm like, oh my God, it's a JPG. And then they had like an Alexander McQueen piece there from when he did work with Galliano. And I was like, oh my God, it's Alexander McQueen. Oh my God. I was going nuts. And then afterwards, I went to dinner with my husband, and it was fun. I had a good Friday. So talking about Vlogmas, because I do have my new phone. I'm gonna start ramping up, start recording some of the videos to have it ready by December the 1st. No problems this year because I got a 128 gig storage on my phone, which was more than last time. I had 64. And like I said, towards the end of Vlogs last year, my phone was just like eating up memory. I even did a hard reset at one point and it fixed it for a little bit. And I was able to like continue recording videos and uploading them. But it wasn't long again before it shot right back up to like 57 gigabytes of my phone taken up, and then my phone was just super glitchy. So, but I don't foresee any issues with that. Also, I had posted on my Instagram about the Khalid job. You could see some of the like a photo that I took a snapshot off of his IG for an outfit that I altered. And again, when I say altered, I didn't make it. And this is a problem. Like I try and make clear because I don't ever want to take credit for stuff that I did not do. I try to explain this in my Instagram. Like there's a stylist. A stylist is the person that picks the clothes from the rental house or the stores. They put the outfit together, and then if they're not able to have a fitting, really with the client before then, that's when they'll bring someone like me just to temporarily sew stuff smaller so it looks good on camera, and then I have to undo it before they return it. So some people on my Instagram or my Facebook were like, those outfits are really good. You did a good job. But I'm just like, oh, I hope they don't think that I made anything even after I try to explain myself. Because I didn't make anything. I'm just showing you what I've been doing lately. But okay, what else? And here's an idea I wanted to bounce off you guys. Now I know this could be a touchy subject. There's lots of videos online where people talk about problematic clients, and maybe I can kind of have a video and just tell me what you think. I've had some crazy people try and hire me for stuff, or they have hired me. And in my younger days, when I was super inexperienced with dealing with people like that, I have some weird client stories. I'd like to share them. I'm not sure how, I mean, some of these are like really, really old. I don't mind, but some of these aren't. And I don't mean to say that people who change their mind a lot or aren't too sure what they want, I would consider them problematic. That people are always trying to figure out what they want. But I think in some cases, especially like with bridal, and this is where I kind of want to talk about it the most, if I do make a crazy client story, maybe preface with like, I've had a potential client recently that was referred to me, and like I'll just give you an example. They were referred to me. They wanted to have a wedding dress, and originally when we first spoke, this was back in March. They wanted me to do a almost copy of like a relative's dress, right? And I didn't hear anything after that really much. March was like I checked the conversation, like March was the last time I had ever spoken to this person. And then just recently, last month, they got back with me, and then I asked, hey, is your wedding still fall of next year? And they're like, no, we moved it up to spring. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't have time to make your dress anymore. And this is where I feel like if I do make a problematic client video, I do want to help people. I also want to make people aware like what fabricators like me go through and how much time, like, like let me know if any of that would be, what's the word, uncouth of me, or not professional. But I do feel like I have to just kind of say something just to educate, because you can't come to someone that, especially you want something for a wedding dress that's so personalized, it's you're gonna remember it for the rest of your life. You can't expect someone to just whip a whole gown out in just a few months, especially with the holidays coming around. Because we have Thanksgiving coming up in a few weeks. That's like a week and a half probably worth of not sewing or really doing anything. So that's time lost. And then Christmas, that's more time lost. So you're not able to make the quality that you want under pressure, especially under bridal. And I know I don't expect people to always understand what it takes to make garments, but at the same time, I feel that maybe if I made a video like that, it would just educate people like, hey, you need to give these people at least 6 months advance. Now, I've made dresses in smaller time frames than that. Like when I did the two quinceañera dresses, those took me like 4 months, but they were, the bodice was complicated, I guess you could say, but the rest of it was pretty straightforward. And I was able to do it. And again, I had 4 months to do it. Some of it cut through the holidays, but the people were really cool. And, I got more time when I needed to and all this stuff. You have to be in communications, and then I had to turn that client down, even though maybe they were hoping that we had already been in talks at first, and of course back then I was like, oh yeah, definitely, I can't wait, just make sure you get the dressing and I can get a copy of it or whatever. But it didn't turn out being like that, because they moved up the wedding so soon. It wasn't fall of next year anymore. It was like this coming spring. And like, I can't help you if people change dates that are so close coming up. I have to turn you down. And now, where are you going to go to get the dress that you wanted made? Like, it's hard, and I hate saying no to people, but it's something that you need to know. Now, of course, I've had some really weird clients. I won't disclose names or anything, but you could literally call these people like what, like crazy clients, right? I don't know. So let me know if you want to hear a video of that. I also had, and this goes to when I was talking about people don't know what they want. I had a mother of the bride contact me recently to do her daughter's wedding dress, and we went back and forth through email. After a while, after about 2 or 3 correspondences, and these correspondences, mind you, weren't like a month apart, they were like days apart. So after the first couple correspondences, I was like, hey, here's my number, let's set up a date to meet, because I'd like to have a meeting with you, understand what your daughter wants and all this stuff. And she was like, well, I can do that, but unfortunately my daughter does not live in this city, she lives in another city. So at first I was like that's hard. Making stuff for someone that does not live here is really hard. I'm sure some of you people that have ordered stuff from me, I try my best, but I do tell you, it's probably still not going to fit properly. You better get in touch with the seamstress and let her know something might be coming to her in the near future, because you're going to get a costume from me and it still needs to be fitted to you. So I always tell people that. But with this one, and this is where it's like, I don't know. And then of course it's like, is this what the bride wants, or is this what the mother wants? Because I was always in contact with the mother and I was never in contact with the bride. And I could check my emails real quick, but I already deleted it, so I'd have to do some searching. I don't want to waste time. So, but I could have swore at some point I was like, can you can I have your daughter's email? Can I have her phone number? Because I want to talk to the person that's getting married. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to talk to the event planner. I need to talk to the bride, because if I mess up on a dress, it's my fault, right? You know, and I would be a fool to go through trying to make a dress that I've only been in contact with the mother of the bride. You know what I mean? Like, I would be a fool for doing something like that. So eventually, like, I'm trying to get a hold of the bride, and I keep talking to the mother, and I'm like, you know, like, whatever, I'll just let it go, because at some point she stopped responding to me. And then at the end of the month, she's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that you replied." And I was like, "Hey, well, that's fine. You know, we really need to have a meeting." So we set up a Zoom meeting, and I was just kind of, put off by the bride. And I don't mean this like in a bad way, but please understand what I say when I said put off. I asked, you know, in previous correspondences with the mother, please have like an outline of what she wants. Have a pictures, maybe a mood board or something. Because I mean, they had sent me pictures of a dress that they liked at the store, but you know, it was always like, well, we'll figure it out, whatever. So I figured maybe there's new ideas. So when it came on the Zoom, you know, I have all my stuff with me, ready to sketch ideas. Have like the web browser pulled out so I can like look up stuff at, you know, fabric websites so I can send it to them. And the bride just came in and she was totally like no energy. And I mean, you could have worked online and have no energy, but still have an interest in what you're talking about. But she really didn't say anything. And I thought it was strange, you know, because I'm trying to get something out of her. And you know, the mother of the bride just keeps talking and talking and talking, you know, and I'm trying not so much to be rude and like not really talk to her too much, because I want to talk to the person that's going to be wearing this dress, right? The person that I have to get the measurements from and fit the dress on, you know what I mean? And I told the bride, I was like, you don't have a sketch of what you want? Or she's like, no, well, like really slow. And I was just like, okay, I'm trying not to show that I'm getting frustrated in my face, but I was. Um, you know, I try to be patient, but it was just like basically what ended up happening was that they one of the pictures that they sent me was her dream dress, but it was in the wrong color, and they would have bought it if it was in the right color. So basically, they wanted me to make a replica of a dress that I was already going to lose to, because they wanted that dress, and I am not the maker of that dress. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to come up with the closest variation I can, because I have to source materials. You know, like whoever makes that dress has their own place where they sourced all that materials, and I don't have access to that. So I have to like figure out how to come up with other stuff to get as close to that as possible. And you know, especially with the travel conflicts, and the mothers did say, oh, I can fly in as many times as you want. And at first I was like, well, I guess that can work to try and be flexible. But then, you know, I really thought about it, and I was like, that's a nightmare. Like, if I need the bride to come in the next week or two, what if she can't get the time off work? Now I'm losing precious time waiting for her to be flown in to come try on a dress for 20 minutes and then leave. Like, that wasn't working. So I consulted with a friend of mine, and she was like, look, I know someone in that city that does wedding dresses, and that's like their thing. So I referred at the end after the Zoom call, because again, like the mother just kept talking and the bride had nothing. She's like, well, I have a Pinterest board. And I was like, can I see it? She never pulled it up. I never got to see it. But basically, like I said, it just came down to they wanted that dress from the store in another color. And then I remember just being like, can you draw a heart? Because the dress was like a heart neckline. Can you draw a heart and then maybe like, this is for her to help me to help her. Can you draw like how you want the beading to look like along this neckline? And she was like, yeah, I'll be right back. And then she left and came back. But I never saw her drawing. Like she left and got something, but I never saw, like, there was no part, there was zero participation on her behalf with me in trying to make like her wedding dress for a very, very special day. So I that I don't understand. So that, it just left like a very low energy vibe in my soul after I got off that Zoom, and I was just like, I don't think this bride wants anything. I kind of had a feeling this was all the mothers. You know what I mean? Like there's parents that push their kids to do stuff that maybe they're just like, I don't care anymore. But so I got that vibe, and I came up with some very um reasonable excuses why I couldn't do the dress anymore. Which of course one was the travel conflicts. Like there's no way um the zero participation and on the bride, which I didn't bring up, but it's just like I don't know what else. It was just like I can't give this kind of attention to someone that's not there. They're not there with me. They're physically not here with me. They're not in this city, but they also aren't mentally there with me to help me help them make a dress for their special day. So I declined on that. So that's one of the most recent ones, which why I was thinking like maybe I should do a video um about this issue, but I don't know. That was one whole story in itself right there. That was just a sample. So let me know if you'd like me to make a video about that. I could include it in my Vlogmas because I really do have a few weirdos. Um, you know, people that pay for stuff and just abandon it, and I have stuff in here to this day that I'm still trying to sell to get my money. So, but whatever. I'm going to get off now because I'm tired and my throat is drying out from talking loudly. So I will let you guys go. Have a very good night. Bye.